Greetings and salutations, welcome to Kinda Funny Games. My name is Colin Moriarty. Today, as promised, I'm going to play Dragon Quest Heroes, The World Trees Woe and the Blight Below. This, of course, is published by Square Enix, but created by Omega Force. And it's a Musou, much like Dynasty Warriors or Samurai Warriors or whatever else. So I'm going to venture forth here, and I'm going to select my, I'm a level 12. Lucius, I played as, you can play as a male character or a female character. She will still be in your party or vice versa if you choose the other. But only about 3 hours in, so I have, something to say about the game. I'm not an expert at these games by any stretch of the imagination, so do forgive me if I'm not playing them as fluidly as you might. But I did want to give you a look at this because I'm actually a huge Dragon Quest fan, and one of the things that I really wanted to do with this particular game is not write off these Omega Force type Tecmo Koei, seemingly very repetitive, and they are very repetitive kinds of games. And I feel like if this particular game can't get its hooks into me with all of its bells and whistles and fan service to Dragon Quest fans like me, then I'm probably never going to be into these types of games at all. So as you can see, first of all, I think the game's pretty, and you're going to see, I mean, it's not like, out of this world pretty by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it is a pretty game. And I just thought I would show you, let's go out to the world map, and we'll just go do some battles, and I'll show you what the game looks like. So here you can see some of the things like, these exclamation points indicate things that are left to be done. So we can have skirmishes and all these kinds of things, even though we've already been to these places. So let's let's go back to Arba, which is a really early part of the game, and this will probably be really easy, but we can at least have a skirmish. Here we're gonna find Hammerhoods, Slimes, Maguses, Skeletons, and Drakys. So very familiar Dragon Quest enemies. Phone is ringing, so I'm just gonna throw that on the ground. Okay, understood. Take on this challenge? Yes, let's go. And we'll show you exactly what the game's like. So we'll do a couple of these, and then maybe we'll continue the story and do like a story mission, and you can see they're pretty much all the same. Lots of enemies, hundreds and hundreds of enemies, just maybe thousands of enemies, depending on the map you're on. Just hacking and slashing away at them. So I have my party with me here, and I can look at the map. If I want, you can see the red dots here represent enemies, and you can see it kind of in the upper corner. So let's just beat the living shit out of these guys. So you can see here, I think the enemies look really, really cool. These are obviously all very familiar, classic sorts of enemies in Dragon Quest, Slimes especially, but obviously the Skeletons and the Drakys, and these are all very familiar enemies too. So the one thing I'll say about this game, having not played nearly enough of it to have any sort of comprehensive critical opinion on it, is that I can't imagine that this game is going to appeal much to you if you are not a Dragon Quest fan. None of this means anything to you. These slimes don't mean anything to you. These enemies don't mean anything to you. Maybe even some of these locations or characters. Obviously the art style might not resonate with you if you're not a Dragon Quest fan. But me being very much a Dragon Quest fan, super into it in terms of the aesthetic. So these party members I have with me can be switched in and out, and also these tokens mean something. I'll show you what those mean in a minute. But if I press L2, I can switch around to different characters and use them and their skills. So she uses like a boomerang, for instance. If I switch to her, she kind of uses a sword and shield attack, and the king here, this king character, uses like a staff. It has all sorts of special attacks as well, but I actually prefer just to use the main character. Mostly because I don't, I'm just mashing buttons away. You can make it more complicated for yourself by using some tactics and some more complicated button combinations, but I just don't really feel like that adds to my enjoyment of the game personally. It might add to yours. It doesn't really do anything to me. It's not the complication or lack thereof of the game that's really the problem. It's more the repetitiveness. So you can see here a new horde of enemies has appeared, and I have to deal with them. And they're kind of congregating here in the center, so we can head back. And I'll show you one of these tokens. So the tokens on the bottom, you can see the slimes and the skeletons there. I use the D-pad to kind of go between them, left or right, and then to summon them, I press up, and to dismiss them, I press down. So they'll attack for me. So I can just put a slime right here. I'll just put a slime right here that'll fight on my behalf. And he'll just kind of hold his ground and stay there. And you can only carry, at least right now, 6 tokens. Some of the characters are so strong or monsters that they take 2 or 3 slots up, so that doesn't necessarily mean you can carry 6 enemies at once, although you probably can. You can carry up to 6 slots at once, if that makes any sense. So let's grab a skeleton here. We can throw him down, and he can fight on your behalf. So here's our friend the skeleton, and he'll kind of just, his name's Vagabone, which is quite clever. Here we have a Draky token we can grab. Actually, I can't grab it because I'm out of room, so we'll drop another skeleton. Actually, a slime. Oh, I see. Okay. There we go. Because one of them needs to be dismissed, so we'll get rid of him. Pick up this greedy in here, and we can... Actually, I'll need to dismiss one more. Get rid of him. There. So the Draki you see here takes up 2 slots. It seems like the enemies are congregating more in the center here, so we probably should get back to the center. You can jump using X, of course. You can get a little crazy with it if you want. So here, let's use the summon the Draki on our behalf. One cool thing you can do, and I'll show you, the purple meter here next to my guy, to the left of his icon on the bottom left corner of the screen. I want a Magus, actually, so let's get rid of some of these guys. Yeah, get rid of them. That will fill up and allow me to do some special attacks, which we can show in a minute as well, once it fills up. So let's get rid of these spellcasters. As you can hear, I hope, if you're a Dragon Quest fan, lots of familiar noises and sounds. I really like that. I mean, this, in terms of the way it treats Dragon Quest fans, I think this game is really, really neat. Can I... It says there's enemies over here. I guess they're up there, though. Oh, up the stairs. Okay. So here, we're getting pretty close to being able to fill up this purple meter. And everyone's kind of just dropping stuff for me to use if I want. The things in the little pouches, unless there's like a herb coming out of it, which would indicate it's like a healing herb. These pouches are items that you can use to synthesize new items, which is not something I've gotten too deep into yet. So let's go up the stairs here and see if we can get rid of these guys, since they're just lingering. Yeah, these mages are just waiting to cast some spells. And you can interrupt their spellcasting, although not all enemies can be interrupted. A new horde has appeared, as you can see here, as they just flashed on the screen. There's one more enemy up here, I think. There he is. That jar would be MP. I can use magic by holding down the R1 button and then using an attack in that fashion. So I only have one spell right now because I've not really been investing in that. It's called Inferno Slash, rather. Pretty powerful, you can see here. Get rid of a bunch of enemies at once. So new hordes are appearing and I have to deal with them quickly. I'm pretty thorough. You can actually let some of these enemies linger if there's like 1 or 2 enemies left. I just hate looking at my HUD. I think you guys can, if you're OCD gamers out there, you can kind of relate. Don't want to leave anyone just kind of hanging around. So lots of hordes are appearing. I got to kind of deal with these guys. These guys are being aggressive here. They're coming at me quick. All right, so I'm going to use my circle attack. This will bring me into a special mode where I don't take any damage, and I don't think I use any MP and stuff like that. And then I can execute at the end of it, like a super special attack if I want. That will kind of engulf everyone on the screen. This attack here, which I'm like not in any range of any enemies, unfortunately, to use. And then I basically just refill the gauge and go again. Now, the interesting thing about that, of course, is that you can execute that once you hit the circle button by hitting circle again. Otherwise, it'll be used automatically, which is what happened to me there, and you better be careful that you're in a good spot, otherwise it's kind of going to be uselessly used, which is unfortunate. So let's kill some of these slimes. Looks like we're thinning the horde a little bit, but I don't know how long it'll last. Let's kill the Draki there. We'll head out this way. My friend Oozwald is still hanging tough. I appreciate. Kill those guys there. Seems like the biggest amount of enemies is probably over here. So a new horde has appeared. Keep advancing and kind of just take care of these guys the best we can. and then it looks like the new horde's over here. So let's swing this way, and we can just launch a spell at them. Try to take care of most of them. Take care of them pretty quick. And then we can do the same over here if we'd like.
Inferno slash. Searing slash.
You can also see in the corner I'm building up, a hit combo and all those kinds of things that will help you build meter quicker. We got this item. And because these enemies, because this is such an early part of a level, the enemies are not giving me much experience, and I'm not quickly vanquishing them either. I frankly probably should have used that meter a little more wisely. Maybe what I really should be doing is using some of my friends here a little more wisely as well. Again, I'm kind of a novice at these games, so do forgive me. So lots of new enemies appearing. Although fighting these enemies doesn't really hurt because it's, it's helping me build meter and doing all these things, so. And my experience, although not, very slowly. The yellow bar underneath my MP meter is my experience meter. Oh my god, there's like so many enemies. So we're starting to call him a little bit. My friend Magiokoso, I guess his name is, or something of this nature, is doing his damnedest. It's unclear to me whether you have to be quick, and I'm sure people watching this probably shaking their heads and maybe knowing the answer to this, but I just don't. If it's about speed, the hordes come. If you can if there's a if there's a finite amount of them that will come, or if they'll just come regardless of how quick you are, or what. I don't really know the answer. Truth be told. All right, so my meter's all filled up where I can use my special attack again, but I'm not going to do that quite yet because I want to make sure I'm in a good spot this time to do that. So let's use a spell here to kind of get rid of some of these guys, and then I'm gonna go down here and challenge these dudes. God, more horrors, so many of them. Oh, ridiculous. So let's go back and see what we can do. Hit circle. Maybe hit a little too early. Let's see if we can just use our special attack here to get rid of some of these guys en masse. A little bit of clipping there, considering where I'm using it. I guess it's not necessarily need to be used there. That took care of some of them. Not bad. And we start again. So we spent quite a bit of time here. I don't know if this is going to end anytime soon. I'll give it another minute or two. If not, I'll exit out, as the game told me I can leave at any time and keep my experience and my gold and stuff like that, which is nice. So you don't feel like you're wasting your time. Even if you die, I think you, I haven't died yet, but I think if you die, you keep everything you've earned as well, which is, nice. There's Oozwald doing his damnedest. Holding his ground.
Inferno slash. Searing slash.
So you can see the enemy AI is like not that intelligent. There are big boss enemies that I fought. I fought like a Cyclops enemy and a few others. There's also like sub-boss type enemies that you can fight. What's an example? I fought like, goldmen like golems and stuff like that. That are there. It looks like the horde might be being called finally. Let's see. As long as no one else gets summoned here, I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh my god, as I said it. Oh my god, I spoke too soon. Oh my god, another horde. All right, this is enough. So I'm going to bail out of here. I think I can hit X and just evacuate. And I can escape from battle, but I leave with everything that I came with. And then some, obviously. So we're gonna head back to my flying airship base. It'll tell me what I won. So let's go to one more map, and then I'll come back and show you some of the cool systems in the game, and then we'll advance the story, maybe do a story mission. So let's go to like one more random place that I wasn't at before. So Arb is there. Let's go to... Khaleesi is where I have to go to continue the story. So let's go to Caliburg. So let's go into the meadow and take on a massive... Actually, before I even do it, let's see. So a hero fight Hammerhoods, Skeletons, Slimes, Slime Knights, She-Slimes, Drakkies, Bubble Slimes, Maguses, and Teeny Sanguinies. So a slew of classic Dragon Quest enemies. Who's texting me a lot? Who is it? Oh, okay. All right, so here we are on the field. This map is a little more contained, as you can see here. This is the entirety of the map, so it's a little easier to get around. Also wanted to show you this because it's like kind of more outdoorsy. I mean, the other one was outdoor, but it was in a town, so I thought maybe you'd want to see a little something different. Also more enemy diversity here. So fight the skeletons in the grasses, etc., etc., etc. Launch a spell. Why not? Skeleton, you think you're just gonna run away? Just get away from me. I don't think so, buddy.
Inferno slash. Searing slash. Inferno slash.
We're fighting, we're fending them off, we're doing the best we can. Many more hordes of enemies are appearing. I'm building up my meter. So I've leveled up. That's nice.
Onward.
Some stragglers over here. probably be taken care of. Pick up that Draki token that I can use in battle if I want. Skeleton's got his back turned to me, a huge mistake. We'll get back into the field here. The interesting thing about the tall grasses here is that it obscures a lot of the smaller enemies like the slimes. You can see the color of them, but sometimes the volume of them is not that represented based on what you're seeing. Let's see. So a new horde has appeared. Yeah, we're going and remove them. Alright. So let's fight here for a couple more minutes. The horde's probably gonna keep coming. It's a massive horde in the menu. I'll take their word for it. So we're fighting and we're killing and we're slaying. I just find this incredibly repetitive. I don't know. I mean, it's fun. It's just like I don't really. It's one of those games where people are no doubt going to be like, well, you're not playing it right, or there's more to it than that. But I always make the suggestion to people that it's still like, if within the parameters of the design of the game, if you can play it in such a way, then the game should make you play it the way it's meant to be played. In quotes, meant to be played. Otherwise, it's the failure of the game, not the gamer. So let's get in here, and I'll press circle one more time. I'll see if we can kill off some of these dudes in lickety-split kind of manner. I'm just going to press circle again to dominate the field. All right, so another horde appeared. We'll be here forever. So I'm going to evacuate again. And now that we go back to the airship, oh, evacuate will come about when you can't use spells again. All right, so now I can probably use it. Yes, okay. I was in the middle of an action, that's why it would not let me leave. All right, so we're back on the airship. It's going to tell me what I earned. The previous battle will not be, the load will not be as heavy as it was last time because I was on that other place for way longer. But a couple of my guys leveled up, very nice. All right, so let's show you some of the cool things of this airship. Some of the merchants and whatnot. So oh yeah, these people are not open yet. This woman will sell you orbs. Orbs help you with your defense. All my guys are equipped with leather orbs, but you can see that there's different kinds of orbs that you can equip. And there'll be more the further I get into the game. Again, I'm only about 3.5 hours in. This guy sells weapons and shields, which I can actually afford to buy for some of my characters now. So maybe I'll buy her a new one, the Gustarang, 2650, which is quite a haul. And then I'll equip it on her, and there she is. She's a nice little boomerang for her. Still have $4,000, so let's see if... I have other characters as well that are not with me right now. If I press square, you can see that I have these other characters. So he can use a Holy Lance for 2100, so let's equip that. Hero can equip that. He's not in my party right now, but I'm going to equip it on him so he can use it later. And then, let's see, she can equip Talisman, so gloves. She uses her fists. So we'll equip her with that as well. All right. So everyone's got the best weapons they can have right now. And then over here, this is like the post office, and you get like parcels and maps and whatnot delivered to you, but I've read them all already, so there's nothing new really there. This guy kind of tells you what you need to know in terms of like, you know, just some random game information. This guy is an alchemist, so you can create accessories with him. I don't have the necessary things to create anything with him yet.
Do come again.
This guy takes mini medals from you. I only have one medal in my possession. I already bought something off him, I think. So I'm gonna hold off on that for now. Mini medals, of course, famous collectible in Dragon Quest games. So those are some of the shops that you can use. You can talk to some characters on the periphery here as well. I have a little friend over here, this Man of War. I can talk to him. He's a little annoying, actually. Not really a huge fan of his. But you can talk to other people around here as well. This priestess is where you save your game. We'll get back to that in a minute. Make sure we've seen everything. I think we have, so we'll save our game real quick.
Welcome, child. Let us pray.
So I'm at 3.5 hours on the dot. Not bad. Do I wish it would end my adventure? I don't. Thank you, I appreciate it. The goddess will watch over me. So we will go back to the map. There's one other thing I want to show you. If you go to miscellaneous and you go to allocate skill points, this is a pretty interesting thing as well. So there's a whole skill menu in addition to leveling up your character. You can allocate skills to them that will teach them new skills or new attributes, etc. I've been focusing all my points in attributes right now, but you don't have to do that. You can do other things. So like Lucius has his exclusive kind of things. Like I can buy this for 5 points that will extend my Inferno Slash attack. I can also buy these attacks, so maybe I'll buy one of these. Forces gouts of flame from the ground to blast enemies away. So this will be used with R1 plus triangle, so I'll buy this. And then, let's see. I have 5 skill points left. So, let's see what I can buy for it. I'll buy the Inferno Flash extender. Or Inferno Slash extender. So I'll buy that as well, and I'll go through all my characters and see what they have here, what I can do with them. So I'll do pretty similar things for all of them, probably. He only has 6 points, or 7 points, so let's see if I can... Is there anything that costs exactly 7 that I can use? No. So I'll buy this skill. And she has 9 skill points. So I can do something like... Smooth Operator. Uplifting Downpour. And Firebird Throw. For Elena, I will do, let's see, she has 31 skill points, Jesus Christ. All right, so actually I'll dump these into these so she can be a little more powerful. Give her HP, MP, strength, etc. This seems like an obvious place to dump points for every character. I don't know that you might necessarily agree or disagree depending on your point of view. A lot of you out there probably know more about this game than I do. Excuse me. And then I have 7 left. So let's see what I can do with 7 points. Artful Dodger slightly increases the period of invincibility after each successful invasion. Let's get that. And then one more character in Kirill, who has 29 points, so a similar amount, so we'll do the same thing with him. Raises strength as well, so HP, MP, and strength, and then we'll also go ahead and raise his resilience to attacks. And then that leaves him with 5 points. Let's see what we can do here. Is there anything that's worth 5? Well, this one's worth 4. This is the Whack attack, a cursed incantation that sends an enemy to the hereafter. Whack! All right. So I've spent my skill points. And now I will go back to the map and we'll continue with the story and see what happens. So I can show you a little bit of the cutscenes and the way the characters interact and talk. I find the male protagonists' voice acting a little annoying. Meeting the mayor. Upon arriving at the gates of the Colosseum, the party are perturbed to find monsters already attacking. Fight your way inside before the fiends can get their talons on the townspeople. So let's go. The town is divided into 3 districts. We're not getting a proper cutscene here, so you're not going to be able to see the voice acting, but maybe after the battle's over. Alright. Here's one of the more mini-boss type characters I was talking about. The only characters that they'll land on.
Such minimal numbers will not cause me even to sweat.
So you can see the makeup. Oh, the mayor's taking some damage. Oh, he's over here, I see. All right, so I gotta actually protect him. So a lot of these things are very tower defense-like as well. He's fighting some babbles and whatnot. There is a tower defense element to this game that I don't really remember in the older Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors games that I played. I don't know if that's something that's appeared since then. I couldn't really tell you. These Maw Keepers are actually an interesting thing, though. So these portals that these Maw Keepers create will allow monsters to continually come out. So you have to destroy them as quickly as you can. Although I assume if you want to gain as much experience as possible and you have the patience and the fortitude, you can just leave them and they'll just continue to spawn enemies and you just sit there all day. So he's dead. And enemies will stop coming out of there now. Kind of burst through these zombies real quick. And go help the mayor because he's under siege, I think, again, from some enemies. Uh-oh. So I saved him just in the nick of time, it looks like. I forgot I have another spell to use now. I can use the Flame Slash. Let's see what that's all about. Cool. Let's check out this Maw Keeper as quickly as possible. He's done. And we should probably get back here to deal with more of these enemies. Okay. Get another Maw Keeper back here. Oh, I'm out of MP.
You two enjoy to compete at celebrations of violence? We must enter together, Your Majesty.
Mayor's taking some damage. I want to beat this Maw Keeper first. Just here. Backtrack. And him. All right. So no more enemies spawning from here. There's some stragglers which we can try to take care of as we go back. But generally, the mayor is taking damage. We gotta be quick. The last wave of enemies is coming now. Yeah, he's taking some damage. I don't want to die. Oh, he's dealing with a golem. A lot of damage. So he's done. So let's see if we can deal with this guy. Spawn my friend here. Help me out if we can. All right. Well, here these guys are coming from the other end now. So let's see if we can get rid of them. This guy's got a shield, I gotta get around him. So that should be the end of him. That guy's still taking damage. Alright, so you gotta get to this last portal if we can. So he's being attacked. You picked up a golem medal. Okay, so when you pick up a medal you've never picked up before, it'll let you know. So we picked it up. He takes 3 slots, which I haven't seen yet. I'm going very early, so I'm going to spawn him. See what happens. And then I forget that I have my special attacks here that I can use, so I should probably break those out at some point to deal with this last wave. So let's advance. I want to get. Let's see if we can take care of these guys. Did nice damage here. Monsters being able to flee. So once you like thin them out, they'll actually start to run away and then disappear, and you can kind of try to clean them up if you want. But that basically indicates the end of the mission. And then you can see Manky Mud, Royal Soil, Iron Nails in the corner. Those are the items that enemies drop that I did not get to pick up yet, as far as I can understand. Just realized my microphone was in my shirt, so hopefully that wasn't happening for very long. I think I'm okay. I think I'm all right. So, I mean, that's a little taste for you, I hope, that you enjoyed, of Dragon Quest Heroes. Available on PlayStation 4. I think it's also on PS3. I think it was in Japan. I'm not sure if it is here. Or in the West it might be. I mean, that's up for you to look for. But I'm playing it here on PlayStation 4. I hope you enjoyed the Let's Play. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, we do more Let's Plays most weekdays here on Kinda Funny Games, youtube.com/kindafunnygames, where you are likely right now. Thank you for your support. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time for more of this. Goodbye.